Hi, my name is Karen Stobbe, and I'm the Chief Purpose Officer for the nonprofit In the Moment. And since these are Eden Moments, and my organization is called In the Moment, I thought that I might talk to you today about being in the moment and being present. Um, if you look it up anywhere in the world, basically being in the moment or being present is the idea of not worrying about the past and not thinking about the future, just body, mind, and soul right now, right here, being in this moment. And it's kind of not an easy thing to do. You know, we are a society of multitaskers, and we don't want to just focus on one thing. But there's a lot of studies out there that say multitasking is not beneficial, that we are not as productive and we don't do as good of a job. So if we focus on one thing, then it all is much better. But how do we do this? It's not easy. I love this phrase. It's stay where your feet are. So where are your feet? And it kind of brings you back to this moment, this present moment. If you think about that, if you're starting to feel yourself worrying, or, oh my gosh, I didn't do this, or uh-oh, to focus on that, where am I? Where are my feet right now? And it's this habit of grounding, of being aware of where you are, but also grounding or earthing. If you have your feet that are barefoot to the earth, or even any surface, I have found can really make you be aware of what's happening right now, right here. And then also completely listening. So there's a lot of different ways to be present. So I'm just going to cover a quick few, a moment, so to speak. But when you completely listen, I mean, body, mind, and soul to another person, you have to suspend or let go of your ego. You have to realize that this moment when you're listening to them is not about you, it's about them. And it's letting go of what you want to say next or what you want to do and not think about anything else, but really listening to that other person. And it also may not even be that other person. It might be listening to nature. It might be listening to music, but to fully let anything else go. But when you are listening to a person, you are providing them with this opportunity to have personhood, because they can feel completely comfortable and present with you, that they can be who they are. So that is a great gift that you can give to another person, to completely listen to them. The next one is to show up fully. And it's a little bit more on top of that completely listen. And it's that you are there completely. So if you're having that cup of coffee, and I realized this morning that when I'm on vacation, I take my cup of coffee out on the little deck, or I walk down to the beach, or I sit in the cabin's little patio. I take my cup, that first cup of coffee, outside, and I enjoy it like to the fullest. The taste, the aroma, just that being outside. And then when I'm home, I pour my little cup of coffee in my favorite mug and I go down to my basement office and I start working. So why am I not celebrating, or at least enjoying that moment, to just have that cup of coffee? I mean, it's a simple thing, but it brings you into that present moment. So showing up fully, completely being there. And then the last point I want to just say is to notice joy. Sometimes I think that we are so crazy busy that we don't even see the joy that's around us. And I'm going to actually share a little picture with you. It's my favorite picture lately at all. And you can see What is so different about that picture? And you can see her. She is completely showing up fully. She is noticing joy. I love this woman. She is there. She is completely there. Everybody else in that picture has got some kind of phone device that they're watching this moment happen through it. And instead, she is enjoying that moment. She is soaking it up. I had the privilege of having my mom, who was living with Alzheimer's, live with us and us with her for almost 12 years. And she passed away over 2 years ago. But I remember one particularly rough morning that she knew she had a doctor's appointment, and she was up at 8 and we already had breakfast, and I didn't have a chance to get dressed yet and was getting kid out to school and yada, yada, yada. And every so often she would grab her purse and start heading towards the front door. And I'd hear the door rattle, and I'd put a Post-it note right there saying, doctor's appointment not till 10 a.m. And she would look at her watch, she'd tell time and see it's not 10. And I'd say, just go finish your coffee or have your toast. Your toast is getting cold in the kitchen, while I tried to run upstairs to get dressed. And I'd get halfway up the stairs and I would hear jingle, jingle, jingle at the front door. And I know every time I heard that doorknob turn, my voice got a little louder. I started getting a little bit more irritated. And then finally I got dressed, threw on my clothes, grabbed my purse. We went out the door and she was like, are you okay? I said, I'm fine. I just want to get there. I don't, we're fine. We're not going to be late. So we turned down our road. There's a stop sign. Then you turn down the next road. And we got like halfway down that road. And my mom grabs my leg and says, oh my goodness. So I stopped the car and I'm like, oh, what's going on? I look over at her and I'm like, what? Thinking I ran over a squirrel, that she saw something gross and horrible, that she forgot something. And I look at her and she was looking straight ahead at the mountains that we live just outside, or these mountains surround us in this little town. And she said, oh, do you see it? Look at those mountains. Aren't they beautiful? And I took a deep breath and I said, yes, those are beautiful. And I put the car in park and sat there and thought, I don't care if we're late for this doctor's appointment. Right, they make you wait anyway, right? She just was smiling and she soaked it in. And it wasn't that she just noticed joy. My mom would celebrate those moments. So next time you see that moment of joy, really soak it in. Let it hit you like a wave. Really enjoy it. Celebrate that present moment that you're in. Because who knows? It may not come again. So I'm going to go take a little walk and soak some nature in. Maybe some nice little moments.